Hey, friendly neighborhood geek here doing another anime OVA video review. This time on a character I mentioned in my last video, my Devilman video, OVA video, Iron Virgin Jun. What does it say? What does it say? One tough mother. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, so Iron Virgin Jun was created by Go Nagai. I've mentioned him before. I mentioned him in the last review. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Very well-known manga uh, creator. Like I said, created Devilman, Mazinger Z, Cutie Honey, Iron Virgin Jun, and a handful of other, I think, well-known anime and manga characters and properties. Let me put my phone on vibrate. Uh, so apparently, Jun only had one volume in the 80s, 1983, maybe, like the early mid 80s. Um, I don't know if it's worth checking out. Like that was a long time ago. I might check it out just to see, how different it is from the anime, because the anime is only like an hour, maybe like 50 minutes. The anime came out in 93, like early 90s or whatever. Um, it's cool. It's a funny, like a more like I guess kind of a funny action, fun like comedy action type story. Um, I don't want to say it's. I like it, but I feel like maybe there. I don't know. There just wasn't enough material there to keep the viewer interested. Maybe I don't know. So okay. So what is Iron Version Jun about? Well, we have Jun, who I can't remember if that's like her nickname. I can't remember. Um, but she's part of a I don't know if you would say they're a royal family, but she's part of a very rich and powerful family. Their family basically, I won't say they control, but they like fund um, the city that they're a part of. I'm trying to find the best way to explain it. Like, say if you lived in a small town or something, and there was this rich and powerful family that kind of had control almost over everything in the city, and is the reason that the city is able to uh, survive or uh, work, process, however, keep people employed, keep the resources coming to the city, all that type of stuff. That's kind of the role that her family has, and her mom. Ironically, her mom is kind of the matriarch of the family. Before her mom was the matriarch, her grandmother was the matriarch. And there's some more interesting stuff with her grandmother, but that's kind of spoiler territory. Um, yeah, so her mom wants her to get married, like in an arranged marriage. But of course, none of the guys that she picked out for her for June are not her type, and she doesn't, like she's kind of been, a rich, like she's been a rich girl her whole life, so she's used to a certain level of a certain lifestyle. So certain things she's never had to do. She's always had people waiting on her hand and foot to do everything for her. But she doesn't come off as like I guess mean girl. Like she doesn't come off as like snobbish, mean spirited. She seems to still be like a genuinely pure hearted individual. She's nice. She's kind. Um, you see, she's in shape. she's ripped, which is actually pretty dope. We don't really see a lot of female anime characters like her, at least as the main character. In an anime or a manga adaptation to be built like that. So that's that. I give a point to the series for that because that's cool. We don't see a lot of representation of females who look like that. Like I said in anime. So or if we do, they're not the main character. They're like a side character. Um, so that was really cool. So what? So they're having like this party, banquet, whatever. I guess for her to meet somebody. She's not really having a good time. She runs away because she kind of just wants to get some fresh air, get away from everybody. One of the people who work for the family goes looking for her, and he kind of becomes her sidekick, or he accompanies her throughout the story of the OVA. Um, and her mom. Of course, her dad kind of doesn't have a say so in it. Mom's also built like that, and she's like taller than, and a little bit bigger than Jun. So okay, damn. I guess big muscle women just is a thing in this family. Well, I can't really say that because we her aunt, so Jun's aunt comes to the party to see her. Um, Jun, because of some backstory reasons, Jun's aunt wasn't on good terms with her mom and her grandmother because of some choices she made in the past. And her grandmother and I mean her mom and her mother weren't the aunt, yeah, her sister, I'm getting all mixed up. Her sister and her mother weren't accepting of her choices in the past. So the aunt came to the party to give June a gift, and then she was going to leave because she wasn't welcome. And she's like, when you're ready, you can come see me, come stay with me, um, and my husband or whatever, where we live at, somewhere I know you'll be happy and all that stuff, and you can be away from all this chaos or whatever. So that happened, which was interesting. So basically, it's the remainder of the anime is Jun and her male friend are just kind of evading her mom. Her mom is sending all types of guards and all types of other fighters after them to bring her back to the home. They eventually find their way to the city where she sends the minions into the city, and then they put out a I forgot what it's called. A reward. If you capture this girl, you'll get however much money they were offering. So like the whole town was like chasing after them. And that was fun. Um, and then for the finale, we get a final battle between her and her mom, which was really good. I was surprised how dope that fight was, mother daughter fight. Um, and the dad kind of finally grows a pair, and he has himself and the male friend work together to help Jun win the fight. Like I said, some other cool stuff happens that I won't spoil because it's pretty interesting. Um, and then it just kind of ends with uh, her mom is defeated, and she's kind of able to like live her life and do whatever she wants. Her male friend, continues to accompany her, and I think in the manga they end up getting together. Um, so yeah, and I guess if you can't tell by the title, Iron Virgin Jun, she is a virgin in this in this story, and that's kind of one of the plot points. Like her mom's like, oh, once she gets laid, she'll come around to wanting to take this, leadership role or whatever, wanting to when it's my time to retire, take my place as the matriarch of this family and run the city or whatever. Which was really silly and goofy. Like, like let your daughter, let her be her and let her, make her own decisions and date and be with who she would really want to be with, that type of stuff. So that was funny. That was like a funny running joke in the anime. It just kind of ends. I don't know if I could say it ends open ended. It has a good ending, but I just kind of wanted more, like something a little bit more conclusive, And again, it's kind of sad. Like the book only had one volume, so I don't know if there was any more material they really could have pulled from the book to make a part two. It just kind of exists, It's fun. It's funny. It's entertaining. The fight scenes are cool. Um, I mean, if you like Go Nagai, this is a solid, piece of media or art from him. Uh, Cutie Honey, that's another fun one. I might, I should, because I've seen a handful of Cutie Honey. If you can't tell, I'm a Go Nagai fan. So I might talk about Cutie Honey at some point. We'll see. There's a lot of other crazy, wild anime. I know I should talk about. YouTube is a good source for old school anime for anybody who's into 80s, 90s anime, even like late 70s anime. YouTube is your best friend when it comes to that. There's so many anime works you'll find on there. So yeah, go give this a watch. like, comments. Peace, you guys.